All right, let's close with some post-September Heisman watch.
Mm-hmm.
I realize like overreaction, proper reaction for like mid-season's a little bit tougher. Maybe we'll get back into it, but I kind of wanted to be able to do this to kind of handicap the Heisman conversation going into October, which I think this for what it is. It's very, very early, but I
Mm-hmm.
think there's a pretty clear top four right now in no particular order. I think Jalen Milroe, Ashton Genty, Boise State running back, who's just been ridiculous. He's averaging like 11
Did he
yards per
go
carry.
undrafted in our draft?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because
That's not nuts, because I think he was already cooking by that point.
No, I mean, like a group of 5 running back winning the Heisman Trophy would still be an absurd thing. And there are
That's
stats
the
that
other,
kind of back it
yeah.
up.
That's the other part of it, is that he'd have to have like just an insane season. But that's
Continue
like
this, basically.
he immediately pretty much already did. Yeah, that's nuts.
And then Travis Hunter and Cam Ward. That would be like the top 4 right now, in my opinion, in terms of the odds. And I don't know if the odds are really going to reflect that, but that's just based on how I would view this. And it doesn't mean that there are guys that aren't on the table. But can I ask something? Because I've been trying to think about this the last couple of weeks. Who actually is the anti-Travis Hunter crowd? Because I don't know if they actually exist, or if it's just people saying that he won't get the love that he needs if Colorado doesn't win enough games. Like, I don't know if there are people out there who are speaking against what he's doing. And by the way, what he did on Saturday here in my neck of the woods in Orlando was just ridiculous once again. And if I had to talk about that guy every single recap pod, I don't know. Like this is the Shohei Ohtani of college football. Like there's no other way to describe it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But like, I don't know. I don't really hear those people. I don't hear from these people like, well, Colorado's going to have to go 8-4. It's like, where are you? I don't know. The last 2 Heisman winners were from non-playoff teams. And I think anyone with half a brain can acknowledge that what he's doing for his team's success at Colorado is different than anything in college football. So I don't know. Like, I find myself wondering that. I'm just not hearing the Travis Hunter skepticism. I'm hearing everybody acknowledge that this is incredible. And this is easily one of the best few players in college football, maybe the single best player in college football.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a wide open season. This would have been a wide open season in like the BCS era, honestly, because like we just talked about some of the stuff with Texas. Like they were just in a fight with Mississippi State. Like at the end of the day, we don't confidently know what's going to happen between Texas, Ole Miss, and Georgia. I won't pretend to until we get close to those games, and not that I will confidently even know it then, because so much changes. But like, there's not like a Georgia Michigan situation where it's just like all year. So yeah, point being, like for me, like when we did the non QB Heisman, it was really just like the anti-Colorado crowd, right? So if you're anti-Deion, if you're anti-Colorado, and I'm a guy who's been more pro-Deion than I would say probably 80% of the people listed right now. Like, I just think he's cool. I think he just looks cool. Like him on the side. What they didn't realize this weekend, what I realized quickly, is that Deion Sanders actually hates the cold. If you look at all the places he's been, played, and lived in his life, never actually been in the cold. So he's in Colorado. Where you see him in Colorado, he's bundled up like a South Park character, like overdressed for how like he's upset. He's from Florida, or I don't know if he's from Florida originally. But he played
Originally from Florida, and then he's been living in Texas, I think, for a long time. Yeah.
Yep. See, I knew he was from Florida. Anyway, but he obviously played at FSU. And I looked up, I was like, oh man, he's in Orlando. He's comfy. He's got his skin tight, like Under Armour shirt on. He's got glasses under the sides of his face, big gold chain. I'm like, he's going to smack Gus Malzahn today. So yeah, point being, like, I think Colorado might actually be at least solid this year, to the point where they're not embarrassing. I think that was the issue, was people taking out frustration on Deion, on Travis Hunter, as they did in the Colorado State game last year, and also him checking himself out. But he's but if Colorado continues to not embarrass themselves, which they've not embarrassed themselves this year, credit to them. I've never seen so far a team that has like proven the haters wrong in the way that they have, because it looked like they were going to win 1 or 2 games. If you followed the media coverage of them, the recruiting was a mess, all this different stuff. They get in there and they're just cooking. We have kind of forgotten that Shador went undefeated too in our quarterback draft, because we just didn't know.
Undrafted,
undrafted, undefeated. We didn't know if he'd be protected. We didn't know about the O-line, but they've answered, and Gus Malzahn will expose you. One thing about him, like just like he did with TCU last week. So yeah, point being, I think Travis Hunter's a super duper duper fun player, and even if you don't like Colorado, don't be a hater. Like, just get that away from your appreciation of one of the greatest players we've seen.
I wouldn't eliminate Carson Beck. I wouldn't eliminate Jackson Dart just because they had bad Saturdays. Carson Beck's
Carson Beck's up out of here, brother.
Carson Beck's going to be in a tough spot, just because like when you have that side by side with Milroe, you're probably not going to win that argument, unless of course you get a rematch in the SEC championship.
Mind you, That's the thing, because Milrow got kind of jumped him last year, and then we all kind of went back and said, he's better than Milrow, he's better than Milrow. Boom, no, he's not.
Yeah. Nico, I think, is still part of this conversation as well.
Mm-hmm.
True freshman receivers, Ryan Williams, Jeremiah Smith, man, they might just make us rethink how we view freshman receivers at this level to be able to compete for an award like that. I'm not saying they're going to win the Heisman or anything like that, or even get to New York, but holy cow, if they're not on the short list of best players in college football so far, I don't know who is. But and then Trey Harris is yet to be stopped. Of course, some people are pointing out the fact that he's got more more receiving yards of any Power 5 player pre-October than anybody in the playoff era. I'm the one pointing that out. But that's how I would view the situation early on.